And we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk all things Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. As you know, I am Brady Vini, and today we are once again live for a Steelers game. This week's edition, the Steelers traveling to the jungle in Cincinnati, Ohio, to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Lots of interesting storylines in this one, and it's nothing I'm gonna cover all of my bases here in this bit of time, but let's start here with how this game is setting up to be. The Steelers coming off of their loss last Thursday night against the Cleveland Browns in a snow globe game for them. It was really a bad loss that Steelers Nation, we find it inexcusable, but one that we are unsurprised by. Mike Tomlin is I think 0-8 on Thursday night football on the road or something like that. The Steelers have won like one game in their last 6 trips to Cleveland. So losing that game wasn't really that too surprising. So they're, all week now, a week and a half now, going into Thanksgiving and beyond now, fans have been saying, was that just a blip on the radar, or are we going to be looking back at that game here in the offseason and go, that game right there, that loss against the Cleveland Browns was the beginning of the end for the Steelers? Hopefully that's not the case. They have a very tough, test here today going into Cincinnati. So back-to-back road divisional games. Did see on Twitter there is a good bit of Steelers fans there today, but, nothing that I'm sure will be overwhelming. I don't think you're going to hear "Here we go Steelers" chants or anything like that drowning out the Cincinnati faithful. So as for the Bengals, they are 4-7 on the year. Many did not expect that to be the case. They were heavy favorites up there with Baltimore to win the division at the beginning of the season. But here they are at 4-7, and don't let that record fool you. People can see that 4-7 record, just look at the standings day in, day out and go, oh, they're the same old Bengals. These aren't the Bengals. They are having a good year offensively. Their defense has let them down from time to time, though what team really hasn't this season? But the Bengals are nowhere near what their record shows. They are so much better than what their record shows. Joe Burrow is having another MVP caliber season. He's been healthy this year, and he's got some of the best, probably the best wide receiver duo in the league. I mean, I'm not sure if you want to put A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in Philadelphia above them, which, hey, they take on the Ravens here today in the 425 slot. So I guess we're Eagles fans there for, a couple hours so that they beat the Ravens. But, I mean, other than that, you got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. They are two of the best. I think they're easily top 20 wide receivers. Jamar Chase, he's probably the best wide receiver in football right now. I'd put him currently above Justin Jefferson, put him above Garrett Wilson out there in New York. I'd put him above, really any of these top teams. Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's had a hell of a year for the Lions, I put Jamar Chase above him. And T. Higgins, I think, is a top 20 wide receiver in football right now. So you got a quarterback playing the best he's ever played, really. He's had some injury troubles, and he did not play against the Steelers at all. But the last time that Joe Burrow played the Steelers was in 2022, and that was I believe, a 37-30. I'm not sure if it was a primetime game. It might have been like a 425 game or something, but it was a 37-30 victory for the Bengals, and Joe Burrow threw for over 300 yards in that game, well over that. In fact, he might have been getting closer to 400 yards had he kept going. But as for, just talking about their offense, they have an elite quarterback, top 5 quarterback in the league. There's really only 5 truly game breaker quarterbacks in this league that you say you stick them on any team and you're going to be competing. That is Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert of the Chargers, and of course now Joe Burrow. And he's finally healthy. he's got his two top wide receivers, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, working, and he's also got some some other additions that cannot be forgotten. Mike Gesicki, former tight end, I believe, with the Patriots and with the Dolphins. He's there now. He has the chance to, be one of those guys that you don't necessarily expect to have a big day, but I think Joe Burrow might hit him a couple of times for some big gains. But, I mean, if you're going to attack any part of that Bengals offense, it's going to be their offensive line. They have, I believe, Orlando Brown was questionable or doubtful coming into this game. I think he's active today. Just let me pull up the inactives here. I'm almost certain of that. And also their running game. Joe Mixon left the Bengals in the offseason. He's now down in Houston. So they've been using Brown a lot. And they've been, I think, also have Zach Moss. And they brought in Khalil Herbert from the Chicago Bears at the trade deadline. So, I mean, their running back room isn't, as, isn't as threatening as it once was with Joe Mixon there last year, but they still can beat you through the air. It'll be interesting to see today who Joey Porter travels with for the most part. Last time these two teams met, Joey went with T. Higgins. I don't know whether he'll be on Higgins or Chase. I expect if you're going to do that, then I think it's the old Bill Belichick philosophy that if you're going to take on a team with two elite wide receivers like the Bengals have, you put your best guy on their number 2, and you put two guys, whether your second corner and a safety, on their top guy. So if I were the Steelers, that would probably be my way of doing it. You put Joey Porter Jr. on T. Higgins, and then you have Dante Jackson with some help of Minkah Fitzpatrick or Deshaun Elliott over the top to take away Jamar Chase. Let's look at the inactives here. So, yeah, just looking at the inactives for the Steelers, no surprise there. Before we even hit the weekend in the final injury report on Friday, Montravius Adams and Corey Trice were ruled out. They'll probably be back next week. I know they practice a bit this week, so let's see how they progress through that. Kyle Allen, third quarterback, no surprise there. Some other no surprises: wide receiver Scotty Miller, Jonathan Ward, running back, and guard Max Sharping are inactive. Alex Highsmith is out today with his ankle injury. There was some speculation whether he was going to be back for this game, which he would have been one welcome of an addition. Nick Herbig and Preston Smith had a rough game, have not been as prominent in stopping the run and setting the edge as Alex Highsmith is, so he will be greatly missed. Highsmith, I think he'll be back next week. You got the rematch against the Browns in Pittsburgh. I think that might be just giving him another week to heal up, and you want to get your get back against the Browns. As for the Bengals, they are without wide receivers Charlie Jones and Trenton Irwin, so their number 4 or 5 wide receivers there. Trenton Irwin is their return man. Those guys are out. Linebacker Logan Lee, the signal caller on that defense, a huge loss for the Bengals there. And they will also be without defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins and tight end Tanner McLachlan. Kickoff for Boswell is up, and it is away. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It will be fielded at the 10-yard line and brought out. And that is Jermaine Burton. Burton across the 30, and then he runs into a pile and gets tackled there. So a good return right away for the Bengals, and out comes that dangerous offense. Orlando Brown Jr. is out there. He was questionable coming into this game. And there is your deadly threesome right there of T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow. The single-digit players, 1, 5, and 9, are the guys you want to try to limit here today. Brown is in the backfield to the left of Burrow. Tight end moving around there. I think that might be Gesicki. He's moving all around. Now Burrow takes back to pass here. Burrow stepping around. Burrow gets rid of it, and it is going to be caught. And no, incomplete. Jamar Chase with those neon green shoes. Wondering what caused him to wear those neon green shoes here today. Not really too much color coordinating with the black and the orange of the Bengals there. But first play of the game, Steelers. Burrow, they got some pressure on him. That is how the Steelers usually play Joe Burrow. You want to get a lot of pressure on him. It'll be, a question throughout the day whether Burrow is going to have 5 turnovers like he did 2 years ago in the season opener, or whether he is going to, light up the Steelers for over 300 yards. Second down there, run there for Brown is going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That was Keanu Benton stopping and blowing up that play. Great work there from Benton, who has really, you've expected more of him in stopping the run this year. He gets a good stop there on second down, 3rd and 11, now passing situation for the Bengals. Joey Porter Jr. at the top of the screen. He's lined up on Jamar Chase. Dante Jackson at the bottom of the screen with T. Higgins. And now flags before the snap, and they're going to blow it dead, and it's going to be a false start on the offense. So there we go. It's positive here for this Steelers team on this drive. First play of the game, you get pressure on Joe Burrow. He throws it incomplete. You stop the run, and now a false start. So a 3rd and 11 backs up 5 yards, 3rd and 16 now. Iosivas, Gesicki, Chase, and Higgins are the receivers. Bang, Burrow back to pass, throws over the middle. It's a short little crossover to Jamar Chase. Chase is going to be tackled down short of the first down. He was just running a crosser there along the line of scrimmage just about, and a weird matchup there. Patrick Queen was lined up on Jamar Chase. He was lined up near the formation there, and he tackled him. Almost lucky he didn't get a penalty or got his arm wrapped around Jamar Chase. Thankfully did not get a face mask call there. And the Bengals are going to punt here, 4th and 3. The punter, I believe that's Huber. Oh, Rico, never mind. He gets the punt up and away. Calvin Austin back to receive. He fair catches it at exactly the 15-yard line, and the Steelers offense will now take over 1st and 10. And they are going to head to commercial break right now. So good job done. Oh, never mind. They're not going to commercial break. I guess Russ just wanted to get one last sideline throw in there. So now the Steelers offense coming back out after a good opening drive by the Steelers defense. You see Mike Williams is in the huddle there. You want to see a bunch of him. Like Mike Williams, his first game as a Steeler against the Commanders 3 weeks ago, plays 9 snaps, which is expected after just, being with the team for 3-4 days. He gets the game-winning touchdown. From then, he has played anywhere from 15 to 25 snaps in these games, and he has been completely invisible out there. Dropping back to pass as Wilson on first down, throws over the middle, and it is going to be broken up, incomplete, and taking a shot there with Calvin Austin. He's down. Flags fly on the play. Davis Gaither, the reserve linebacker who's in for Logan Wilson, the Bengals top linebacker, he gives a massive hit on Calvin Austin. He is down on hands and knees there. And they are going to give the penalty on Davis Gaither. So they do give pass interference. He hit Calvin Austin just a half a second too early before the ball arrived. And Steelers take a shot on their first play of the game day offensively. They're going to take a break now with the injured Calvin Austin. We'll be back in a matter of moments. 7 of you in here right now. If you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, and share this video and subscribe to the channel. We reached 200 subscribers during the last stream, but want to keep going. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll be back in a minute. And welcome back. First and 10 now, yet again, from the 38 in Steelers territory. The defensive pass interference and personal foul call on Akeem Davis-Gaither on Calvin Austin set up the Steelers with this field position. A quick screen pass here to Najee Harris. He is dancing and stumbling and twisting his way forward for a gain of 7 there. Good job from Najee Harris to make a couple men miss. Some chatter early on here. Broderick Jones and Trey Hendrickson, the top defensive player on this Bengals defense, the defensive end, who honestly, along with, if you're looking at the Bengals right now, they got some big names due to get money this offseason. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Trey Hendrickson, and Higgins, the odd men out. Might not be a Bengal next year. Now on 2nd and 3 here, tossing one out for Van Jefferson with pressure was Russell Wilson. Incomplete. 3rd and 3 now with 11:59 remaining in the first quarter. That is Chris Jenkins, the former Michigan Wolverine rookie. By the way, how about that scrap yesterday between Michigan and Ohio State after the game? Of course, Michigan trying to plant the flag at the midfield logo. Steelers looking to make Ohio's weekend the worst possible with a win here today. 3rd and 3 now. Jaylen Warren, the 3rd down back in the game. Wilson throwing here, and it's intercepted by Cam Taylor-Britt. He's running it back, and right now that is going to be a pick 6 for the Bengals. No flag on the play. George Pickens fell down. Oh my goodness. George Pickens fell down. There was no flag. It was supposed to be, and that should be a penalty. Where's the penalty? George Pickens stumbles a little bit, and Cam Taylor-Britt pushes his helmet down. How is that not a penalty? Cam Taylor-Britt shoving George Pickens down to the ground as he was off balance, and he runs it back for a pick 6. Extra point is good. Unbelievable. It was supposed to be a quick slant to George Pickens. He stumbles, and with a little bit of aid from Cam Taylor-Britt, the Bengals pick it off and run it back for a touchdown. I have no idea why there wasn't a flag there. Unbelievable. We'll be back. Welcome back. Kickoff is away. It's going to be caught and knelt down by Jaylen Warren in the end zone. I'm just looking at, I'm still completely dumbfounded by this. Pickens makes a move. I don't even think he stumbled. I think that was just him making his move off the line on second look at it. Exactly. And Gene Steratore, the rules analyst at CBS, how is that not a penalty? That is absolutely unbelievable. 1st and 10, Wilson faking the handoff, rolling out. Pass here is to Pat Freiermuth. He'll get a gain of about 7 there on that catch and turn up field. And there is Mike Tomlin giving George Pickens a bit of a pep talk there. I'm sure Pickens, that's the kind of stuff, we saw it in the Cleveland game. Literally just last week. Pickens, throughout the game, doesn't get a couple of penalty calls his way. A couple of missed pass interference calls. Takes his frustrations out in many ways. So that right there is Mike Tomlin just trying to get his man to, stay level-headed there. 2nd down run for Najee Harris only gets a yard in the Steelers running game, which has not been good in the past couple of weeks. That is what we get there. It's been very predictable. 1st and 2nd down runs have been very predictable by the Steelers offense. Lots of people have heard about it in the Steelers facility, including Arthur Smith. People begging for a little bit more creativity in the offense here today. 3rd and 2, Russ gets the snap off, tosses over the middle, and wide open is Najee Harris. Harris up, past midfield. Harris spinning, making a man miss, still going, and down past the 40-yard line into Bengals territory. What a job there by Najee Harris. Give it to Najee. He leaked up through the middle, was wide open. Nobody was even within 10 yards of him when he caught that ball. Spun off a tackle by Geno Smith and Akeem Davis-Gaither and got a huge gain yards after the catch there for Najee Harris. Steelers well in the Bengals territory. Harris now starting to run right now back to the left, and he will get a gain of about 5 yards, maybe 6 there on that run. So back-to-back good plays there for Najee Harris. They officially give him 7. It's 2nd and 3 now. Another job there, spinning off the tackle. Najee Harris feeling it early and often. He's the lone man in the backfield. Yet again, Russell Wilson under center. Mike Williams moving around. Russ dropping back to pass. Checks it down here to Harris. Stiff-arming one guy and getting the 1st down. Najee Harris stiff-arming Akeem Davis-Gaither. And that might be the matchup that the Steelers are looking to exploit here today. Just whoever is being covered by Davis-Gaither, just hit that man. Najee Harris getting the ball early and often here on this second offensive drive for the Steelers. Double tight end set here for the Steelers. That is Washington and Freiermuth to the left of the formation. Faking the handoff is Wilson. Now giving a dump off here to Najee Harris. Harris stumbling a bit here. And Harris, he's going to go down there. Something's up with Najee here. And Harris is on the Bengals side of the field, I believe that is. Najee is down in a sort of a catcher's crouch there near the Bengals cheerleader. Najee is getting checked out now. Jaylen Warren back in the game. Najee still over there. That is on the Steelers sideline. My apologies. Najee Harris. Hopefully he's all right. Quick screen pass here to George Pickens. George Pickens up the sideline and into the end zone for a touchdown. And punting the ball into the crowd. Jorgito George Pickens gets the Steelers on the board. So a great response drive after the pick six, which should have been a penalty. George Pickens high-stepping number 27 there. That is, I can't see the name on the back. I should know more of these Bengals players. They had a real, rebranding of that defensive backs room this offseason. Extra point is up and it is good. So the Steelers with a good response drive. Your defense gets the stop to start the game. You go out there on offense. Wasn't your best look on offense. And, a pass interference penalty that should have been called by every metric and understanding of the rule book should have been called. The Steelers, they get a good response drive after the pick six. Najee Harris, hopefully he didn't hurt himself, or maybe, he just was experiencing some fatigue. Hopefully he's all right. Was, sort of stumbling his way on that last play he was in. But George Pickens gets the Steelers in the end zone. Hopefully Najee Harris is all right. And the Pittsburgh Steelers respond. We will be back in a matter of moments. Tied game at 7-7. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Steelers, great response drive, 7 plays, 70 yards. Most of them were just, screens and checkdowns to Najee Harris. And a good play there on special teams. They ran it up and only got to about the 25. Najee Harris is still getting looked at on the sideline here. Yeah, they're giving. And I think that there's something going on with Najee Harris. It's not injury related. Evan Washburn, the sideline reporter, just said Najee Harris getting some oxygen on the sideline. Joe Burrow here. Pass is to number 89. That is Sample, the backup tight end. He's only tackled for a yard, so whatever play design that was there was read beautifully there by Joey Porter Jr. Trips him up only for a gain of 2. So hopefully Najee Harris, maybe it's just a case of him being a little lightheaded, maybe dehydrated. I am no medical expert, but hopefully he's all right. Still getting looked at on the Steelers bench. Hopefully he's all right. Burrow back to pass again. Heavy pass offense for the Bengals. Pass is going to be caught by Gesicki, and he is going to get down close to first down yardage. It'll be third and about 1.5, maybe 2 here coming up. Showing Zach Taylor, Bengals head coach, on the sideline. Again, the Bengals 4-7, but nowhere near that record in terms of how they play. Besides their defense occasionally being, subpar, their offense has been very dangerous this year. Burrow now scrambling out to the right, throws, and it is caught by T. Higgins. What a catch into double coverage there. It is the safety tandem, Deshaun Elliott and Minkah Fitzpatrick, who was trailing Higgins. And great improvising there by Joe Burrow to find his man. I believe number 5, Higgins. Again, like we talked about, 3 players on this Bengals team who are due to receive contracts this offseason. Chase, Higgins, and Hendrickson on defense. Now a run for Brown up the middle. Run's got space. And into Steelers territory. First down. Run there for another first down by Chase Brown. He has been the main running back for the Bengals. Great run there. Hit the hole and exploded up through the second level. 5th round pick out of Illinois. It'll be another run here for Brown. Brown breaking through, and Brown, he is off to the races, up to the 20, the 10, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Chase Brown, 2 big runs, and that one was a home run there. The Bengals are back up on top. And on second look here, he's going to be down at about the 1. Minkah Fitzpatrick getting his legs, Joey Porter Jr. as well, hitting him at the end there. And I believe they're going to take a look at this, and it's going to come back as, now the Bengals offense is back out on the field now. So Chase Brown down at the half-yard line, as Sean Hockley tells the crowd. Even his elbow there hit before the goal line. So no touchdown for Chase Brown for the time being. And the Steelers' run defense getting gashed on this drive by the Bengals offense. First and goal from the half-yard line. Knee down, and then his elbow was also down. Heavy set here for the Bengals. Chase Brown in the backfield, probably going to give it to him here or toss it up one-on-one for Jamar Chase. It is a give to Brown, and he's into the end zone. You knew that was coming, and the Bengals are back up on top. Three runs and 3 passes apiece on that Bengals drive. And that was a very easy touchdown there for Chase Brown. 75 yards in total. That drive went on 6 plays. Evan McPherson on to kick the extra point. Wind blowing to the right a bit. Kick is up. It's right down the middle. Wind not a factor there. And just like that, the Bengals, who we were talking about, their most dangerous part of their team, that quick strike offense. There it is right there. 21 points already put up, and there's still 5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. We'll be back in a moment. And we are back. Kickoff by McPherson is the way. That one is tailing to the right. It'll be caught and knelt down in the end zone by Cordero Patterson. It'll be 1st and 10 Steelers at the 30-yard line. Of course, now they're showing how the Bengals season has gone so far. 5 losses when scoring over 25 points this season. 7 of those games decided by less than 1 score. Like I said, this record, this Bengals team, they are far and beyond better than what their record shows. The way they have played this year on offense, their record should easily be, at least flip from 4-7 to 7-4. First down run here by Cordero Patterson only goes for a couple of yards. Battle the safety there on the tackle. No Najee Harris yet. We have yet to see him after his non-contact injury. Like I said, he was getting targeted heavy in that last offensive drive for the Steelers. And then on the last play he was sort of, stumbling his way forward. Was receiving oxygen on the sideline, trying to catch his breath, get some fluids in him. Cordero Patterson back in there again. Quick throw out wide here is going to be incomplete to Van Jefferson. It bounced before he could get his hands around it. 3rd and 8 now. This would be very, very worrying if the Steelers were to go 3 and out here. Your defense just got 70 yards, 75 yards, I should say, on 6 plays. They just gave up, 3/4 of the field on 6 plays. You cannot have a 3 and out here and immediately put them back out on the field after that last just dominating drive by the Bengals. Wilson barely getting the snap off in time, throwing over the middle. It's going to be caught by George Pickens. Pickens runs for the first down and still spinning his way forward up past midfield. George Pickens getting involved. And now a flag down. And this might be on George Pickens here. He, after spinning his way forward, yelled towards the Cincinnati sideline. That might be a personal foul here on George Pickens. Taunting. They're getting together here. And it is on George Pickens. So George Pickens, after getting the first down, almost dropped the ball there. He sort of was bobbling it, and then he snagged it with one hand about right here. And then after the play, yeah, that's the taunting right there. I didn't think he talked to the sideline too much, but he dropped the ball right on to the shoulder of the Bengals player that tackled him. I believe that was Jermaine Pratt, number 57, longtime Bengal there. So, big play there by George Pickens. They get the first down, but instead of being in the Bengals territory, the Steelers are back at their own 38 here. Jaylen Warren to Wilson's left. Faking the handoff, rolling out to the left, and now a quick pass here, floater to Pat Freiermuth, who was leaking out to the left. He'll only get about half of the yards they need for a first down there. It'll be 2nd and 7 now. They only give him 3 yards there. Some jawing there between Freiermuth and Pratt after the game. Again, another AFC North football game. You're expecting ugliness. This is the 3rd straight AFC North game, and the 3rd out of 4th straight AFC North games for the Steelers. They play the Browns next weekend back in Pittsburgh. Wilson back to pass, now rolling out to the right. Dumping it off here to Cordell Patterson. No, that's not Patterson. That is Darnell Washington, who folds his way forward for the first down. So, first reception of the day for Darnell Mount Washington there gets first down yardage for the Steelers. And that is a mismatch there. That was Mike Hilton there, the former Steeler. He just dropped to a knee and tried to chop down the big redwood Washington there, and he was like Washington didn't even feel it. Hilton was just a speed bump there. Russell Wilson now yelling, kill, kill. He's got to get this play off in time. And he did not. It's going to be a flag. It's going to be a delay of game. And the Steelers have been playing with fire. They've been playing with fire today. That is now the 3rd or 4th time that Russell Wilson has been just barely getting the snap off, and this time he gets burned. And now they're panning the camera over to Najee Harris. Evan Washburn, the sideline reporter, saying Najee Harris has been cleared to go back into the game, but hasn't yet. Now Cordell Patterson here, similar to that Najee Harris play earlier, just leaks out of the backfield right up the middle, and he'll get about half of what the Steelers need to get for the first down following the penalty. It'll be 2nd down now and 8. And another pass there to Patterson. The same exact play. Patterson coming up the middle from the backfield. And this time he catches it for first down yardage. And the Steelers, that's what they've been doing today. If it's not broke, don't fix it. They have dinked and dunked their way on this Bengals defense, and it is working so far. Just these short passes up the middle to the running back or screen passes out wide. That is what the Steelers are killing the Bengals on right now. Patterson, he'll tote the rock here now on the handoff, running to the right. Patterson, stiff arm leg. Patterson gets loose, and he gets first down yardage there. Cordell Patterson. First down yardage for number 84. Using the magic of that 84 to make some guys miss there. Good job there. Geno Stone, the former Raven safety, now with the Bengals. Patterson just stopping there, letting him run right past them for the first down there. Wilson under center. Patterson again in the backfield. Toss here is to Patterson. And this time he is only going to get about 2, maybe 3 yards. I think the referee is signaling 2. Quick toss there. Van Jefferson was in motion, running from the left of the formation to the right, tried to get a block there, and 2 yards. There's a Bengal down here. That is, looks like that is going to be Chris Jenkins, the aforementioned rookie Michigan Wolverine. He's down on one knee. And Bengals training staff is going to come out and check on him. 5 tackles today already for Chris Jenkins. And let's see what happened here. He made the tackle, and he was just on the bottom of a pile there. He made the tackle on Patterson, and then he had Cordero Patterson and a teammate there on top of him. So 5 seconds left here in the first quarter. They pan once again to Najee Harris. He is standing next to running back coach Eddie Faulkner. Of course, if you remember Faulkner, when the Steelers fired Matt Canada last season, Faulkner was the interim play caller and offensive coordinator for the Steelers. Again, 5 seconds left before the quarter breaks here. First down for the Steelers. Or it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Steelers. And this game has really started out as to what I think a lot of people were expecting the Steelers and Ravens game from 2 weeks ago to turn out. It's been high scoring early. Again, it should be, in my opinion, right now, at least, 7-7, because that was just a blatant missed pass interference call on Cam Taylor-Britt on George Pickens. It just, by every definition of the rule, they even brought in Gene Steratore. He agrees by every definition of pass interference, that penalty should have been called, and they didn't. So now they have Jenkins walking off the field under his own power. So some injuries here in this first quarter. You had Calvin Austin, who took a shot on the first play for the Steelers offense. He walked off under his own power, and he's actually in on this play. 4 receivers out wide. One of them is Pat Freiermuth, the tight end. You got Pickens, Van Jefferson, and Pat Freiermuth. And now the Steelers will not run a play here. They're just going to let it run to the second quarter. So after 21 points. 14 for the Bengals, 7 for the Steelers. High scoring affair. Should expect much more of that, honestly, moving forward, the way these two offenses are humming. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. We got a touchdown to Calvin Austin. Sorry, I was a tiny bit late getting back. The Steelers, they respond again. What did I just say before break? We are going to get a ton of points in this one. It's just setting up to be a shootout. Not necessarily sure that benefits the Steelers, but they're going toe-to-toe with the Bengals right now. And Calvin Austin running up the middle of the field, broke towards the middle of the field and snags it. A 10-play, 70-yard drive for the Steelers. Chris Boswell. His kick is up and it is good. The extra point. And the Steelers. The offense that was MIA for, going back to the Ravens game for the past 3 weeks. We are wondering what happened to the team that put up 30-plus points against the Jets. What happened to the team that beat the Giants by double the score? What happened to the team that put up 28 on the Commanders? Steelers offense is on track to do that here today. Defense just needs to hold up a little bit on this Bengals high-powered offense. 14-14 now. The score in the past 4 drives have been points, have resulted in touchdowns. You had the Bengals on the opening drive. Steelers forced a 3-and-out there. And then following that, you had a pick 6 for the Bengals, touchdown pass to George Pickens, touchdown run by Chase Brown of the Bengals, and now another touchdown pass, 2 on the day for Russell Wilson. That one to Calvin Austin, who is having a sneaky good year. We're not necessarily saying that Calvin Austin has entered into the conversation as the Steelers wide receiver 2. They still need to address that problem going into the offseason, or pray that Mike Williams elevates his play to the Mike Williams of old before the end of the season. Steelers still need to find a wide receiver 2, but Calvin Austin, the way he's performing this year, he may be one of the best wide receiver 3s in the league if he keeps up this pace this season. Kick was a touchback there by the Steelers. Of course, they are showing all the various cleats being worn today by these players out on the field. My Cause, My Cleats campaign. Throw out here. It's a screen pass to Jamar Chase. Chase making one man miss. He had the tight ends, Gesicki and Sample, blocking for him, and he'll get up near the first down yardage there before he heads out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 3 now. Now we got Higgins and Jamar Chase to the right of the formation here. You got Joey Porter Jr. I believe that might be Cam Sutton on those guys. Run here by Chase Brown. Chase Brown's got first down yardage and then some up past midfield and tackled down by Deshaun Elliott. So never mind, that wasn't Chase Brown. That was who's that? Was that Khalil Herbert? Yes, that was. That was Khalil Herbert, the trade deadline acquisition for the Bengals. They needed to find, some help for their running back room. They didn't get a huge splash player during that time, but Khalil Herbert, who is an odd man out in Chicago, he comes over at the trade deadline. Burrow now tossing one up here for T. Higgins, incomplete, and now there's a flag. Joey Porter Jr. was on T. Higgins. They're going to flag Joey Porter Jr. He can't believe it. And that has been a problem that has followed Joey Porter Jr. Hand fighting there with Higgins, and then just too handsy there. Higgins got turned around a bit, and they got Porter there. Right there, Joey Porter Jr. had his right arm around the back of T. Higgins, turned him around, and that has been an issue all year long for the second-year corner out of Penn State. Joey Porter Jr., of course, one of the longer corners in the league. He's one of those corners who he's not going to get a ton of interceptions in his career, but he's going to be up on that line. He's going to press guys. And now Burrow back to pass throwing over the middle here. It's incomplete. Porter on Higgins yet again. That pass to Higgins was a dart by Burrow, and Higgins couldn't hang on. It went up in the air for a brief second and fell down incomplete. So back-to-back plays there. Joey Porter Jr. lined up on Higgins. Might be the matchup. I said that in the pregame. Yep, Dante Jackson lined up on Jamar Chase at the bottom of the screen. Burrow back to pass. Now stepping up, he'll run. Burrow's going to slide down just a couple of yards short of the first down. I think it'll officially be a 3rd and 2 here. So Joe Burrow there, who's been moving around, improvising a good bit here today. This time he finally decides to tuck and run, and he's going to make it 3rd and manageable here for the Bengals offense. Chase Brown is the running back. Gets the snap, Burrow, back to pass. He has time here. Now he's going to throw. It's going to be caught by Chase Brown for first down yardage. And he'll be down at about the 30 in Steelers territory. 1st and 10, a new set of downs. Larry Ogunjobi was the one on the tackle there. And like I said before, the Bengals ran a play. That seems to be the way that the Steelers are treating this game. They had, the last time these two teams met last year, Joey Porter Jr. traveled with T. Higgins. And that is the old philosophy there. You put your best corner on their number 2 guys when you're going up against teams with 2 elite wide receivers. You put your number 1 on their number 2, and you put your number 2 and a safety on their number 1. Quick pass to Chase Brown out to the right. Peyton Wilson and Deshaun Elliott, they're bottling him up there for a gain of about 4 there. 2nd and 6 now. 6 plays already this drive, 44 yards. TJ Watt here, interestingly, moving around here. TJ Watt now lined up on the right side here. He's going to go up against Orlando Brown here. So they're moving TJ Watt around. Him and Nick Herbig are swapped. Herbig drops, Watt rushes, and now a flag here goes down in the backfield. TJ Watt got around Orlando Brown Jr. there for a second, and now a flag down. It's going to be a holding on the offense. And it's going to be on Drew Sample, the tight end for the Bengals. So that was one of the first times I think I really paid attention to it, unless they've been doing that a bit here today. That's the first time today I've noticed. They moved TJ Watt around the line there. They swapped him and Nick Herbig on that play. Watt rushing from the right, Herbig from the left. Herbig actually dropped back into coverage there, but Patrick Queen, he was the one who got hauled down by Sample for the penalty. So that's what people have been begging for. Use TJ Watt like you do other top guys in the league, like Micah Parsons, like Myles Garrett, who we just saw in Cleveland. They moved him around. Garrett had 3 sacks, all from different spots. Burrow throwing over the middle, and it's over the linebacker, Patrick Queen, caught by Mike Gesicki, the tight end. He's got first down yardage. 18-yard gain there. Patrick Queen was the linebacker in coverage there. Great move by Gesicki. He was tackled there by Deshaun Elliott after getting the first down. Orlando Brown giving Nick Herbig nothing there on that pass rush. Burrow faking the toss to Chase and rolling out to the right. Burrow's going to get absolutely demolished. And a flag in the end zone. He was looking for Iosivas. And a flag here. Is it going to be on Joey Porter again? Joey Porter Jr. was tailing Iosivas And the pass wasn't really catchable. Porter did not look for the ball. He just went after the man. And even though that pass wasn't catchable, it's going to be pass interference on Joey Porter Jr. So twice on this drive, number 24 gets nabbed for pass interference. He heads to the sideline here as we got a very heavy package. This is gotta be a run, you think. Hand off to Chase Brown, and he is met. Oh my goodness! Cam Hayward, big man on little man. He just absolutely destroyed Chase Brown in the backfield. Lots of yardage on the play. I believe it was the center Karras who tried to get a piece of Hayward there. And Cam, man on boy there, just a freight train meeting a little smart car right there. It went exactly how you expected it to be. The Bengals actually, they were down. I think they were down at around the 2. They're back now near the 5. And the Bengals will take their first time out of the half with 9:58 remaining. 2nd and goal now. Wow. I mean, I just can't get over that. Cam Hayward, who is having an all-pro year, he got an extension this offseason. We all remember the storyline. Cam Hayward, an injury-riddled 2023 season where he had the groin injury and he didn't really look like himself at all this year. And people were wondering, Cam Hayward entering into the last year, this year, of his contract, do you extend him? Captain of the defense, multi-time Pro Bowler. He is showing that he is worthy of every single penny he signed in that extension this year so far. Burrow now back to pass here on 2nd and goal. Burrow still looking. Jump pass here, and it's going to be caught on his knees in the end zone by Jamar Chase. Dante Jackson, I believe, was the one in coverage. And the Bengals, that is their 2nd offensive touchdown drive of the game. Jamar Chase, that is his 13th touchdown of the season. So, the best receiver in the NFL having an outstanding year and a contract year. He might have earned himself a couple more million right there. And yeah, just broken coverage there. Dante Jackson thought that somebody in the middle of the end zone there was going to pick up Chase. Nobody did, and Chase was very open on that touchdown catch. Extra point is up, and it is good for McPherson. So that's looking like that's going to be the story of the day here so far. It might be a game of who has the ball last, because the offenses for both teams are just exchanging touchdown drive after touchdown drive right now. We'll be back in a matter of moments. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the OK Corral here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The jungle in Cincinnati has turned into the Wild West as we got a shootout here between the Steelers and the Bengals. Cordero Patterson getting a return here. One of the very rare sightings this season. Cordero Patterson, who was brought in by the Steelers for specifically for, kickoff return purposes, hasn't really had that many opportunities. He gets a return there up past the 30, have the Steelers somewhere between the 30 and the 35-yard line. Steelers offense back out on the field, going back to work. And really, how these offenses have gotten the score to this point, 21-14, has been pretty different. The Bengals have been hitting big plays in the running game and the passing game, while the Steelers have, for the most part, dinked and dunked their way downfield with checkdowns and screen passes. Russell Wilson now throwing one over the middle. It's caught by Cordero Patterson on a crosser. He's across midfield. And that is a big play on first down for the Steelers. Cordero Patterson lining up as a wide receiver with Mike Hilton, the former Steeler, lined up on him, running across the middle of the field. And just like that, the Steelers are in the Bengals territory here. 1st and 10 from the 49. Cordero Patterson today has been doing very well, and there's a great sign there. A first down run to 9 yards there for Najee Harris, who is back into the game. Najee Harris pointing at the flag here. Looks like he's looking for a face mask maybe here. Great sign, though. And there it is. That is a face mask on Cam Taylor-Britt, who you deserve it. For the pass interference called missed against you, you deserve it. Cam Taylor-Britt, face mask there, which really, Najee Harris was on his way down, and he grabbed it there as he was heading down. Najee immediately was looking for a flag. So a deserved penalty there on Cam Taylor-Britt, who should have been flagged for pass interference on his pick six. And a great sign there that Najee Harris is back involved in the game here after a non-contact injury thing. Maybe he was just dehydrated. Now Najee back to work here, getting this check down pass by Russell Wilson. He's going to be stopped at about the 20-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and medium here for the Steelers as they enter the Bengals red zone. As they enter the red zone. Now here, ladies and gentlemen, is a matchup that has gotten a lot of attention here. Steelers from the 19. I'll explain it here in a minute after this play. Najee Harris, and now a flag on the play here. This is going to be on the Steelers offense. And it's going to be a false start on left guard Isaac Seumalo. So the Steelers, as soon as they just barely get into the red zone, they back up out of it. But assuming that the Steelers get back into the red zone here, the Steelers have been 30th out of 32 teams in the league in red zone efficiency this season. In terms of scoring, once they enter the red zone, the Steelers have been one of the worst teams in the league. Meanwhile, the Bengals defense have been one of the worst red zone defenses in the league. So you got a weakness versus a weakness going up against each other here. Najee Harris, a 2nd and 9 run. He'll get about a little bit over half of the yardage he needed for a first down here. So it'll be, my guess will be about a 3rd down and 4. There's a flag down here. Late flag here. Let's see what the call is. Officials congregating here. Sean Hockley, longtime NFL referee. Of course, the Hockley family, very high pedigree refereeing family. And it is going to be a personal foul here. Unnecessary roughness on the defense. That is Mike Hilton. So the former Steeler, let's see what happened here. Tied up with Ben Skoranek. Skoranek was just pushing him after the play. And Hilton there, grabbing Skoranek's face mask and shoving him aside there. George Pickens then letting Mike Hilton know it. And yeah, there's the flag there. So the referee crew not putting up too much here with the personal fouls. First and goal from the 10. Harris, shovel pass, and it is going to be caught. And it's going to be run in for the end zone. A toss to Najee Harris, and he, for the most part, was untouched on that touchdown run. What a job there by Najee Harris. He gets into the end zone. Yeah, just a quick little toss to the side there. And Najee Harris really had to make one man miss. That was the defensive lineman, DJ Hill. Yeah, just made one cut and untouched Najee Harris. How about that? Welcome back into the ball game. Extra point is up and it is good. So, yeah, if anybody, I hope you all who bet on this game, you bet the over. The Wild West gunslinging game for these two offenses. 21-21 is the score. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in a barn burner in Cincinnati today. 21-21 with still, I think, a little over 5 minutes left to go in the first half. And this might be a game where like first to 40 or first to 50 will win the ball game. Real quick, while I got a moment, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me here today. We've had up to 15 people in here. If you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, and share this stream and subscribe to the channel. We broke 200 subscribers during the last stream, but of course we want to keep on going. Next step is 250, quarter way to 1,000. Kickoff here by Boswell. It's fielded at the goal line of the Bengals, and it's going to be returned here, and still going is Jermaine Burton out of bounds up past the 35-yard line. So a good return there for the Bengals. And an offense that has been humming for really all year. The Bengals offense it's been their defense that has been the letdown. Their offense has been one of the best in the league. They get a good starting field position. Also, real quick, while I got a moment here, I want to send positive thoughts and prayers to Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Saw over the break on Twitter, he took a nasty cheap shot from during the Titans game, and he left on a cart. So even though, us Steelers fans, you remember last year, the the Jaguars disrespected the terrible towel, and the terrible towel curse was inflicted on the franchise. You do not want to see that at all. So positive thoughts and prayers to Trevor Lawrence, hoping he is all right. First down run there by Chase Brown, who has broken a few big ones in this one. Only gets 4 that time. Jamar Chase now with Cam Sutton lined up on him in the slot. Burrow passing here is going to be caught. And a massive shot there by Deshaun Elliott. But holding on to it was Andre Iosivas, the wide receiver out of Princeton. Held on to that ball. Good pass there by Joe Burrow, just getting it over, just over the hands of Dante Jackson, completed to Osivas, and Deshaun Elliott from his safety position just laying the boom, and now a quick pass there out wide. That is to number 87. Yeah, they're showing the hit again. Patrick Queen, luckily, just got a piece of the tight end. Second and 4 now for the Bengals. I apologize. I got to really pop up the spreadsheet. There are some guys on the Bengals I am missing. I am absolutely butchering the names of here today. Handoff here to the Brown. Brown stuttering for a minute and then pushing forward for first down yardage. Tackled there by the former Ravens in Deshaun Elliott and Patrick Queen. Couple of old Ravens coming over to the Steelers this offseason. So now the clock will hit 5 minutes left to go in this first half that has been dominated by the offenses. Burrow motioning on Jamar Chase out wide. Burrow back to pass. He's looking. TJ Watt coming from behind to the ball loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. They got it. TJ Watt making his presence known. And the Steelers defense comes up with the turnover that they needed. TJ Watt didn't get to Burrow initially. Burrow stepped up and out to the right, and Watt adjusted, swatted the ball out of his hands. Peyton Wilson initially picked it up, and then he lost it, and then it was picked up by the newcomer from Green Bay, Preston Smith. So TJ Watt, welcome back, is what Steelers Nation everywhere is saying. He faced the music after getting outdueled by Myles Garrett last week in the Browns game. Had no sacks, was pretty much invisible out there against the Browns. He is invisible no more. He gets the turnover for the black and gold, and the Steelers offense is going to get the ball back. And the way they have been humming, they are going to have their first chance to get a lead today. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back. Steelers are going to get the ball at their own 39. Russell Wilson back to pass. Now he dumps it off. It's a screen pass, and Warren's got blockers. Warren's got the first down. Spinning his way. Stays on his feet. Warren up past the 40 and down into Bengals territory near the 30-yard line. A great executed play all around there by the Steelers. That is what has been working all day long for this Steelers team. The entire right side of the offensive line on that screen pass, getting the blocks needed for Jaylen Warren, Zach Frazier, Mason McCormick, and Broderick Jones, 2 rookies and a second-year man with some big blocks there for the running back out of Oklahoma State. Now, Wilson just trying to get that one out to Darnell Washington or Michael Pruitt, and that's going to be incomplete. And that'll be incomplete there, forward pass. Yeah, Wilson just trying to underhand that ball to one of his tight ends as the pressure was bearing down on him. That was Murphy, the former Clemson Tiger. So 2nd and 10 now, really the one of the few times Russell Wilson has felt true pressure in this game. 3:46 remaining in this first half. Wilson now making his adjustment. Mike Williams in the game. Wilson back to pass now, rolling out to the right, signaling his guy to come back here, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Looking for George Pickens on the sideline. Tight coverage there. It was Newton, the corner out of TCU, on that play to break it up. 3rd and 10 now. Russell Wilson, 2 touchdowns and an interception today, though he really shouldn't have an interception for aforementioned reasons on a BS no PI call. Wilson dropping back the pass. Tosses one here, and it is going to be dropped by Pat Freiermuth. It was nowhere near the first down marker. Freiermuth was just a couple yards beyond the line of scrimmage. He dropped it, and there was a Bengal player bearing down on him. Probably wasn't going to get much yardage, even if he did catch it. So now they bring on Chris Boswell. The Wizard of Boz, only 2 missed field goals. I'm knocking on wood, of course, this season. This will be a 50-yard attempt. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good for Chris Boswell. So he has been money this year from beyond 50 yards. He adds on to that total this season. Chris Boswell, my opinion, you can, say your Brandon Aubreys in Dallas and your Cameron Dickers in Los Angeles, but Chris Boswell, in my opinion, non-biased, he is the best kicker in the NFL right now. He's proving it right there once again. We'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 45 points in this first half alone, and there's still 3 minutes and 31 seconds left to go. Chris Boswell, his kickoff is away. This one's going to get caught and knelt down in the end zone by Jermaine Burton. An absolute crazy start to this game. Both offenses, for the most part, have been absolutely dominant. You have, really a pick six by the Bengals defense, which really shouldn't have been a pick six. And then TJ Watt on that last Bengals offensive drive, his 6th career strip sack, or forced fumble, I should say, of his career against the Bengals, stripping Joe Burrow of the ball. Burrow is back to pass once again, throwing one here short. It's Jamar Chase. Chase trying to make a couple men miss, and he's going to get tackled by Cam Sutton and Deshaun Elliott. So a gain of 6 yards there on that play for Jamar Chase. Last 4 possessions for the Bengals. A punt, followed by 2 touchdown drives, and then a fumble. Of course, that punt was their opening drive, a 3-and-out for the Steelers defense. They show Joey Porter Jr. There, looks like zone defense here. Run here by Chase Brown, who's had a good first half for the Bengals in the backfield. He's going to get tackled just short of the first down marker here. It'll be 3rd and 1 officially. 2:30 now remaining. 2-minute warning approaching here. Bengals with 2 timeouts left. Steelers with 3. 3rd down conversions today. The Bengals are hitting 66%. 2 of 3. Steelers 50%. 2 for 4. 3rd and a short one here, and a timeout is going to be taken here by the Steelers, their first of the half. Showing Terrell Austin, the defensive coordinator, trying to get his defense to get one more stop here before this half ends. Try to give your offense the ball back. And really, that would be a very ideal scenario right here if you are the Steelers defense. If you could even, hold the Bengals to a field goal here with, I don't know, maybe a minute to 45 seconds left in the half with a 2-minute warning here. That would be huge. You give your offense a chance to score and then get the ball back at the start of the second half. And Burrow is going to toss this one out of bounds. Great pressure there. And the Steelers are going to force a 4th and 1 here. Let's see if they go for it. Nick Herbig there. Rushing from the right side. He flushed Burrow out, and great coverage there by the Steelers defense. Joey Porter Jr. and Patrick Queen took away T. Higgins. Dante Jackson and Minka Fitzpatrick took away Jamar Chase. Nothing open there for Joe Burrow. They're going to go for it on 4th and 1. And now the Steelers jump. And now they're pointing the other way here. Who's this flag going to be on here? The Bengals tried to get cute there. They had tight end Tanner Hudson roaming around the formation there, and eventually he got under center like he was going to sneak it. Like there was going to be a tight end sneak there. We got a flag here. Who jumped? And they call a false start on the offense. And it's a false start on the offense. Both sides pointing at each other. And the Bengals are going to need to punt here. And they are going to call it on, I think they called it on the right guard, Alex Kappa, number 65. That honestly could have gone either way. Landon Roberts was the guy who looked to jump for the Steelers. So now from their own 34-yard line, the Bengals are going to punt. Reckow is back. Steelers are bringing pressure, and almost getting there was Peyton Wilson and Miles Killebrew. This one's going to bounce at the 26 and then out of bounds at around the 19-yard line. So the Steelers, as they show Cincinnati head coach Zach Taylor losing his mind, 2-minute warning has hit. 1:56 remaining with 2 timeouts. The Steelers are going to get a chance to put some more points up on the board before halftime. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This historic first half of this rivalry between the Steelers and the Bengals about to wrap up. 1:56 remaining. 45 combined points and possibly more if the Steelers can get some points here before halftime. 45 combined points in this first half, the most in series history between the Bengals and the Steelers. Should be mentioned once again, the Steelers will be getting the ball back to start the second half. They start this drive at their own 19, so they have to go some ways here to get a touchdown. Wilson back to pass, tosses one out wide here to Pat Freiermuth. Quick catch here. Second down now and 2 for the Steelers. They hurry up to the line here, looking to get a playoff. 1:35 now left. Wilson, he'll get the snap. Handoff here now is to Jaylen Warren. Warren's got room to the right. Warren is going to get the first down yardage up past the 30-yard line, down at the 33. 1st and 10 Steelers. Wilson making another play here. 1 minute and 15 seconds now remaining. Wilson takes the snap, dropping back the pass. Another quick throw here, similar to the one he just threw a moment ago to Freiermuth, this time on the other side of the field on the left. And now 1 minute left to go. Steelers have 2 timeouts remaining. They have not used either one of them yet. 2nd and 2. Dinking and ducking their way forward. Wilson now scrambling out to the right, looking for something. Throws. It's going to be caught by Pat Freiermuth, and he is going to be out of bounds near the line to gain for a field goal here. It's a first down. Steelers in the Bengals territory. Chris Boswell tying his shoes, getting ready to come on possibly for a field goal there. Pat Freiermuth, linebacker Jermaine Pratt, captain on the Bengals defense, was in coverage there. Steelers from the Bengals 42. Clock stopped with 46 seconds left. Wilson, back the pass, throwing one out here to Calvin Austin. He is going to get hit hard, and he is going to be shaken up a bit. Cam Taylor-Britt, a hard hit. That's the second hard hit today taken by Calvin Austin, who one of the more undersized receivers in the NFL. And yeah, he just caught that ball and he turned around and Cam Taylor-Britt was right there. A hard hit. Didn't look too much vicious. That's just a decent-sized corner on an undersized wide receiver there. And Warren, yeah, he's on the sideline now. So saying he's good, probably going to get, looked at there a bit more. 2nd and 4 now. 38 seconds left. Cam Hayward checking in on the Memphis product. Austin on the sideline. Three wide receivers set and one tight end. Pat Freiermuth out wide as a wide receiver. George Pickens looks like Wilson now. He's going to dump it off here to Jaylen Warren, and he's going to get first down yardage for the Steelers. And now with 26 seconds left, I guess they burned a timeout for the Steelers on that Calvin Austin hit for an injured player. 19 seconds left. Wilson gets the snap. Checks it down here to Jaylen Warren. Warren's got first down up past the 20-yard line and into the red zone. And now a timeout. 10 seconds left here. They're not going to call a timeout. And now a timeout is called. So what was that? Steelers now do call a timeout there. I have no idea what Mike Tomlin's doing there. Instead of calling a timeout with about 15 seconds left to go and possibly, giving your offense a chance to, maybe take a shot at the end zone and an all or nothing ball for one of your better wide receivers, they let the clock run down to 3 seconds left. I would have called a timeout much earlier than that. But the Steelers burned their third and final timeout. 3 seconds left here. Chris Boswell will come on with a 34-yard field goal. And another thing there on that timeout, looked like Russell Wilson might have been, looking for a timeout, but he was just hurrying his guys up to the line there. I don't know. 34 yards. Dead middle of the field. Snap down, kick is up. It is good. The Wizard of Oz comes through, and the Steelers, a great first half offensively. They are going to, at halftime, take a... Let me get my screen right here. At halftime, the Steelers are going to take a 6-point lead into the locker room, and they do get the ball back. That is how you script it up for the Steelers at the end of that half. Your defense gets the stop, and then you are able to put points up on the board, and you get the ball back, a chance for a double score in the second half. With that, I'm going to take a break. We'll be back after halftime. A historic 48 points scored, the most in this rivalry's history for first half points. And we'll see what adjustments both of these teams make after a high-scoring first half. A shootout, it might come down to who has the ball last, but we'll be back after halftime. Thank you. If you haven't already, please like, share, and comment on this stream. You can live comment. I can pop those up on the screen here. We can have a chat. Also, subscribe to the channel. We broke 200 subscribers last time we streamed. Trying to keep growing that here. We'll be back after halftime. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back from halftime. Here, Steelers will be getting the ball back here to start this half in what was no other words to describe it other than a historic first half in this rivalry. 48 points scored, the most in the rivalry's history, and the Steelers, after putting up a field goal at the end of the first half, which some questionable clock management by Mike Tomlin again might have cost the Steelers, a chance to, get a touchdown. But the Steelers have a chance to do a double score here. And instead of being up by 6 points, maybe go up by 9 or more. Mike Tomlin coming out of the tunnel there. 310 total yards in this one so far, just in the first half alone. Average on the season is 328, so Steelers on pace to shatter their average big time here. And let's see what adjustments both teams have made coming into this second half of play. 1st and 10 from the 30 after the touchback. Bengals bring 5. Wilson over the middle, and it's caught by Michael Pruitt. There's a flag thrown towards the middle of the field. For the time, it's a first down catch by really the 3rd or 4th string tight end, Michael Pruitt. And before the pass is thrown, it was a holding on the defense, and that is on number 59, Akeem Davis Gaither. His second penalty of the game, and he has been heavily targeted against by the Steelers today. Of course, he is the 3rd string linebacker behind Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt of that Bengals linebacker core. And Wilson out today. Pitch here to Najee Harris. Harris is going to push a man of his own forward, trying to get as much yardage as he can. He'll eventually get a gain of about 2.5. First half possessions by the Steelers now on the screen. An interception, which for the umpteenth time we've said that should have been pass interference. Everybody agrees it should have been pass interference on Cam Taylor-Britt. After that, the Steelers putting up points like crazy. 3 touchdown drives and a couple of field goals. 2nd and 18 now. Jumbo set for the Steelers. Dropping back the passes. Wilson's going to chuck up a moon ball deep down the field for George Pickens. He catches it and out of bounds into the red zone at around the 15-yard line. George Pickens, a good day for him, turning to great right there. Newton, the corner out of TCU, is on him. Perfectly thrown moon ball by Wilson in between the corner and the safety, and George Pickens. Now a flag down here. Now hang on, we got a congregation here. Broderick Jones was just talking to George Pickens. Broderick Jones is still talking to George Pickens. Russell Wilson pleading his case to the referee. Oh my goodness. For the second time today, George Pickens, a big first down catch, goes backwards on a personal foul taunting penalty. Pickens making what they deemed to be a gun gesture to the crowd. That's also the second time today Broderick Jones letting George Pickens know, hey, man, we can't be doing that. So 1st and 10 now. Instead of being at around the 15-yard line, the Steelers are back near the Bengals 28. Pitch here to Najee Harris. He's got nowhere to go. Najee Harris is going to get stopped in the backfield. That's a loss of 3 to 4 yards on that play. Second time this drive, they tossed that toss play to the left for Najee Harris. This time the Bengals read it all the way and stopped him for a loss of exactly 3 they give him. 2nd and 13. Wilson is going to drop back the pass. Now flushing out to the right. Wilson, he's going to hold on to it. He's going to scramble forward and out of bounds. So Wilson there getting some yardage back. Maybe got 3 to 5 yards there on that scramble. Third and 8 now. Najee Harris on the sideline, of course, had a bit of a injury issue of some sort earlier where he missed some time. Jalen Warren, the third down, back to Wilson's left. And now the play clock hits zeros, and the Steelers will call their first timeout of the half. Just 3 seconds under 3 minutes into the half. And I don't mean to be that guy, but that could be costly. When you're in a shootout like this against another high-powered offense, every timeout you have might be crucial later in the game. So the Steelers take their first of 3. They pop up the AFC playoff picture right now. Of course, the Steelers still hanging on to first place. They are third amongst the division leaders behind KC and Buffalo. The Baltimore Ravens in the top wild card position at 8-4, nipping on the Steelers' heels. Again, they play the Eagles at 4:25 today. Definitely will be watching that game after this one. 3rd and 8. Van Jefferson in motion. Wilson got pressure everywhere. Gets rid of it here to Michael Pruitt just before he got hit in the pocket. Looks like a Bengal player was behind him. Could have possibly knocked that ball free, but Wilson gets rid of it to his tight end, Michael Pruitt. Only a gain of a couple yards there. Steelers are going to bring out the field goal unit here. It's 4th and 5. This will be Boswell's third field goal attempt of the day from 42 yards. Boswell stands at the 35. Snap down. Kick is up, and it is wide. It got blocked. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back. The snap, the hold was good, and a miscue on special teams. The Steelers special teams unit, one of the best units in the league. This time, they let the field goal get blocked. I believe that was number 58, Joseph Osai, who had that block. So, well, a rare special teams miscue by the Steelers ever. DMT isn't cool. Who's your first ever NFL jersey? My first ever NFL jersey. If you want to go back to when I was a kid, I think it might have been Troy Polamalu. But if you want to go to like when I was like a cognizant child, I want to say one of my first jerseys was Antonio Brown. Cool that yours was A-Rod. So now that the game goes to a commercial, I'm going to take a brief break. We'll be back. Steelers special teams, a rare miscue, and the Bengals offense is going to get the ball back. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Blocked kick. They're showing again the replay. Chris Boswell, 42-yard attempt blocked. It was Joseph Osai coming off the right side or the left side of the Bengals formation. First down run went for 3 yards by the Bengals. Now on 2nd and 7, Burrow is the lone man in the backfield. He drops back the pass here. Burrow now stepping up. Burrow is going to get tackled by Cam Hayward. I don't think it's going to be credited as a sack. Burrow maybe got a yard or two trying to scramble out of danger there. But the big Cam Hayward, Captain Cam, coming through with a key tackle there. 3rd and 6 now. Can the Steelers here on 3rd and 6 start off the second half like they started off the first half? Getting a 3 and out on the Bengals offense. 2 men in the backfield of Burrow. Jamar Chase motions from the right of the formation to the left. Burrow now with the pass. TJ Watt came in and Burrow somehow avoided it, and the Bengals are going to get the first down. TJ Watt using his speed to get around the right tackle. Amarius Mims and Cam Sutton, the slot corner, also blitzed. Burrow somehow got rid of the ball to his tight end, Tanner Hudson, and he got ahead just enough for the first down. So TJ Watt would have had a huge play there, just barely missing Joe Burrow. 1st and 10 now from their own 43 is the Bengals. Burrow, handoff. It is to Chase Brown running to the left, and he is going to get about 2 yards here. Landon Roberts and Patrick Queen, the middle linebacker duo, chasing Brown out of bounds there. Showing a game update here. The Chargers taking a 17-10 lead over the Atlanta Falcons. The Chargers, one of the AFC wildcard teams. Burrow, 3-step drop back to pass it. He's going to get rocked up and take it down. And guess who? It's Captain Cam. He gets the sack, and Cam Hayward having himself a day. 1-on-1 against the left guard Ford, just pushing him back right into the lap of Burrow. And Hayward, Captain Cam. I said it before, I'll say it again, earning every single penny of his contract extension. He pushes the Bengals back. It's 3rd and 16. Flag flies here immediately, and it's going to be a false start on the offense. They're looking at Orlando Brown, and it is Orlando Brown. So 3rd and 16. Back him up some more. Great job by this Steelers defense. Nick Herbig, the speedy right outside linebacker, maybe getting in the head of Brown, needing to get back into his pass protection there a bit too early there, causes the penalty. 3rd and 21. Minka Fitzpatrick and DeMonte Casey, the safety, stand back at the first down marker. Pass is thrown, and it's caught by T. Higgins, and he has the first down and more. Oh, no. Just when the Steelers looked like they might be getting off the field, Joe Burrow hooks up with T. Higgins. A mismatch there for the Steelers defense. They had Patrick Queen, the linebacker, up on Higgins. And an on-target pass by Joe Burrow. You can't have that if you're the Steelers defense. First down run here by Chase Brown. He's going to get taken up by Larry Ogunjobi, and now we got a bit of a scrap here. some anger, tensions flaring, and maybe a couple of punches and shoves to the face mask exchanged between Jamar Chase and Deshaun Elliott. They were locked up blocking there. Chase took the first shot, Deshaun Elliott took the second, and then Jamar Chase responded. So two guys who very competitive players there, Jamar Chase and Deshaun Elliott, who's been one of the best pickups for the Steelers defense this offseason. He has adapted very well. Burrow here on 2nd and 9, throwing over the middle. It's caught. Gesicki, and he is going to be down at the 15-yard line, tackled by Deshaun Elliott. And the Bengals are in the red zone. The Bengals offense picking up steam yet once again here. And once again, it was Patrick Queen, maybe a bit of a zone coverage there. Another throw there. Gesicki ran right past Queen into the middle of the field, and he makes the catch. 1st and 10 now for the Bengals. T. Higgins, Joey Porter Jr., bottom of the screen. Burrow, he's going to look. He's going to hit Higgins on a quick stopper, and he dropped it! And they're going to call it incomplete. T. Higgins, a start and stop on Joey Porter Jr. He just dropped the ball, possibly looking to turn up field there. So 2nd and 10 now after that drop by, I think he's the former Clemson product, right? T. Higgins? I want to say he's from Clemson. Burrow today, 15 for 19, 158 yards and a touchdown pass. Passing again, caught by Gesicki there. This one just a short completion here, only down to around the 11 or 12-yard line there. Clock still ticking down here. The quarter moving quickly here. 5 minutes now left to play. 3rd and 6 for Cincinnati. Real quick, let me update my score here. Forgot to do that earlier. Let's go. Quarter 3. There we go. 3rd and 6 now. From about the 11.5. Burrow passing again. With time. Now he's going to get swallowed up, and he's going to get taken down. The Steelers get to Burrow. And it was a duo of Wisconsin Badgers, the veteran TJ Watt and the second-year man, Keanu Benton, with the stop. It'll be 4th down. The Bengals are going to need to kick a field goal here. Preston Smith also there. So the Steelers defense in the red zone, they stiffen up and they stop the Bengals. 38-yard attempt for Evan McPherson from the left hash. Snap down. Kick is up and it is good. The wind took it a bit to the left there at the end, but it was well through by the time it started to tail. So the Steelers defense, give them credit there. They held the Bengals to just 3 thereafter. They moved the ball pretty efficiently there. I'm going to take a break. We'll be back in a matter of a few minutes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 27-24 is the score here in the third quarter. The Bengals just kicking a field goal. Steelers defense right now, I mean, this is just a battle of what team can limit which offense more. And right now, the Steelers, even though they have given up 24 points, stiffening up in the red zone there, getting a third down sack on Joe Burrow. Kickoff here from Evan McPherson is going to be a touchback here. The ball hit on the goal line there and then slowly rolled out of bounds. So Steelers now, they're showing the replay here of how they've dealt with Trey Hendrickson of the Bengals. Hendrickson, obviously the best player on that Bengals defense. Only one quarterback hit in 33 snaps for him today. Lined up against Dan Moore. Dan Moore Jr. having at least a somewhat decent bounce back after his previous game against Myles Garrett, in which he was completely outmatched. Najee Harris in the backfield after a non-contact injury scare earlier in the game. He takes the pitch here on 1st and 10, and Harris is going to get ahead for maybe 2 yards if they're gracious here. So it'll be 2nd down coming up. Also should be noted that being ruled out today is Calvin Austin, the third wide receiver. Took 2 massive shots in this game. The most recent one, I think it was on the Steelers' final drive of the first half, got rocked on a hit by Cam Taylor-Britt. And he has been ruled out with a head injury. No shock there. He has been put in concussion protocol. Now we got a flag here. Flag here on the defense of the Bengals. Too many men on the field for the Bengals as they were trying to change personnel there. So the Steelers catching the Bengals napping there. 2nd and 2 now from 2nd and 7. Van Jefferson moving all around here. Now Wilson making his adjustment. Under center. Wilson. Pitch here to Najee Harris again to the left. Harris this time he finds room. Harris up past the 40. Now up past near midfield before he's tackled down by Mike Hilton. And there we go. Najee Harris once again breaking off a big play. They tried that pitch play to the left. That's like the 3rd or 4th time this half already they tried it. This time all the blocks were sealed up. Great vision there by Najee Harris to run back to the right. You had a couple tight ends, Van Jefferson, couple of offensive linemen sealing up the left, opening up the right side for Harris to get a big gain there up to the 48. 1st and 10, faking the handoff is Russ. Russ now pump fakes, now running forward, and he will just slide down at the line of scrimmage. Now Broderick Jones and Trey Hendrickson exchanging pleasantries there, saying happy Thanksgiving to each other. Hendrickson, when Russ was sliding down, he slid to his knees and tapped Wilson on top and was on top of him there. And Broderick Jones saying, hey, please get off my pal. By the way, how was your family this Thanksgiving? Mine was great. That actually ended up as a half a yard loss from the 47.5. Wilson pass is caught there by number 15, Ben Skoranek. The special team wide receiver, mainly in there on blocking plays. He hits him up past the 40 into Bengals territory, and he was tackled down at the 30-yard line. So a great play there. A rare reception for Ben Skoranek, who the Steelers brought in earlier this season. Now the Bengals once again getting a man laid onto the field. That is Murphy, and they got him to jump. They're wondering, where's the flag? He jumped. They do not call it. Handoff here is to Harris, running forward, straight up the middle there. He gets a gain of about 5 there. Second down. No penalty was called on Murphy. He was the late guy coming on and looked like he was going to jump. And now they flash the graphic at the bottom of the screen. Calvin Austin, the third, ruled out with a head injury. And unfortunately, that's just how it's going to be sometimes for him. You know, you're an undersized receiver. You're going to take hits. And unfortunately, 2 big hits taken. One on the first play of the game. Wilson now on 2nd and 5. Scrambling around. Hits Pat Freiermuth in for the touchdown! Freiermuth! Looking to celebrate with the Bengals fans. And how about that? Russell Wilson having himself a day. Hubbard off of the right side got a hand on Wilson. Wilson shook it free and on the run hit Freiermuth for a big touchdown pass. Freiermuth just finding open space and getting in for the score. What a job there by the quarterback and the Steelers tight end. Extra point is up, and it is good, and there is a Pat Freiermuth touchdown. He got an extension this offseason, and so far this year, people have been saying, get 88 more involved. He's involved right there, and the Steelers take a big time play right there. They go up now. Let me update the score here. There's your new score. Steelers now up by 10. Great response drive there by the Steelers. Your defense held the Bengals offense to 3. And you go up by 2 scores. That is huge. And we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 34-24 is your score. The Steelers offense having an explosion after a rough past couple of weeks. Kickoff here from Boswell will be fielded at about the 6 and brought out here as number 81, Jermaine Burton. And Burton up across the 30 and slung down there by the special teams captain, Miles Killebrew. So the Bengals going to get the ball back here down 2 scores. 12 of you in here. I think I saw 17 a minute ago. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We gained 3 new subscribers today so far. I appreciate you all. Also, feel free to like and share this stream, and feel free to comment in the live chat. I can pop those up on the screen, and we can have a conversation, get some interaction going. Burrow here, throwing in on a on a slant route there. That is T. Higgins up near midfield before he gets tripped up. So just like that, the Bengals first down throwing. They've done a lot of throwing here today. And now bringing into the third quarter just like that. Bengals already up near midfield after a big pickup connection between Higgins and Burrow. We're going to take another quick little break and be back with the fourth quarter. Thank you all. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth quarter about to start with the Bengals having the ball near midfield. And what a day it has been for the Steelers offense. From their own 49-yard line, Burrow back to pass, throws one here for Drew Sample. He's going to catch it and be met by Deshaun Elliott. Gain of about 5 or 6 yards into Steelers territory. Russell Wilson on the day, 26 for 32, 361 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception, a rating of 131.9. Russell Wilson cooking here today. Pat Freiermuth for the Steelers, 6 receptions, 68 yards, and a touchdown score. He remains one of the bigger Bengal killers on the Steelers offense. 2nd and 4. Burrow alone in the backfield. Passing here, it's caught by Tanner Hudson, making Patrick Queen miss, and then getting forward where a combination of Nick Herbig and Minka Fitzpatrick tackle him. So another first down here for the Bengals offense. If you haven't already, 10 of you in here right now, seeing that number fluctuate throughout the day. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to like and share the stream, as well as comment in our live chat here. Burrow here chasing the background, and now we got a false start on the offense. And a false start on the offense. That is going to be on number 61, Cody Ford, the left guard. He jumped, possibly trying to get get out to Cam Hayward. That looked like it might have been a running play. So I'll back up the Bengals 15 yards here, or 5 yards here. 1st and 15 now. Bengals, second fewest penalties per game in the NFL. They have 9 penalties today. Burrow, passing here, tipped up in the air, and it's intercepted by Dante Jackson! What a play! The Steelers defense comes through again! The pass to T. Higgins. Higgins couldn't haul it in. It got tipped up into the air and was picked by Dante Action Jackson. The pass was actually tipped before that by Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward gets his big bear paw up there, gets a piece of it. Then T. Higgins tips it up. And Dante Action Jackson, one of the biggest pickups of the offseason for the Steelers. They traded him. They traded for him from Carolina. From football hell in Carolina to the penthouse in Pittsburgh. Dante Action Jackson, that's like his 4th interception of the year. What a play for the Steelers. And they get the ball back. Can they go up by 2 scores possibly? Let's see if they can do it when we get back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another big play for this Steelers defense. Started off by Captain Cam, who tips it. And after another tip by T. Higgins, Dante Action Jackson gets his 4th interception, I believe, of the season. Flag here now on the first play of this Steelers drive. Wilson looking to pass. Ran a little bit to the right and then just threw it in the dirt. Let's see what the call is. And it will be a call of ineligible man downfield. That is on the rookie out of West Virginia, Zach Frazier, the rookie center, who really, if we're being honest, has been probably the best offensive lineman for the Steelers so far this year, aside from a couple of injured guys like right guard James Daniels, who suffered a season-ending Achilles injury in just the 2nd game of the season. Now, Van Jefferson in motion. Handoff here to Jaylen Warren. Warren pushing his way through a couple of arm tackles, and he'll be stopped just past midfield at about the 49.5 of the Bengals. 4th quarter, 13 minutes now remaining. Hurry up offense here for the Steelers. Warren to the right of Wilson. 4 receivers set. Wilson Looking to pass, scrambling out to the left. Wilson now is going to chuck it downfield, and it is going to be out of bounds, and a flag is down. Hold everything. A flag. Flag is down near the sideline where Russell Wilson threw. And the penalty is actually on Steelers there. It's going to be holding on the offense. And for the second time there, the Bengals decline penalties, and they're looking to just get the ball back as soon as possible. 4th and 6 here. Corliss Waitman is on the punt. Late man coming onto the field here for the Bengals. The first punt of the day for Corliss Waitman is away. Signaling for the fair catch at the 11 is caught by number 18. So the Bengals here are going to be stuck deep in their own territory here. Let's see how the Steelers defense can hold the Bengals yet again. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A high-scoring affair. Steelers holding a slim 2-score lead. And I say slim because we know how dangerous the Bengals offense is. 12:43 remaining in the ballgame. Burrow back to pass here at the Bengals' own 11-yard line. Another quick short pass complete there to Hudson, the third-string tight end. Wrapped up there by a handful of Steelers. Steelers defense last time on the field forcing their second turnover of the game. A strip sack by TJ Watt and then an interception by Dante Jackson tipped by Cam Hayward. Burrow here faking the handoff. Peyton Wilson just bowling over Chase Brown. Pass is incomplete. And flags, though. Are you kidding me? Joey Porter Jr., all he can do is laugh. 2 flags through in the area where he and T. Higgins the intended target were. There was a lot of pushing and shoving, hand fighting there between Porter and Higgins. Porter, again, been lined up on Higgins all day, traveling with him for the most part. Now this time it looks like Dante Jackson's on that side of the field with Higgins. Running here is Chase Brown, and he is going to get tackled and clotheslined there by Cam Hayward. I didn't see who else was in on that tackle, but all I saw was Cam Hayward giving old John Bradshaw Layfield clothesline from hell on Chase Brown there to stop him in his tracks. 2nd and 8 now. Second and 8 now. Bengals moved out from around their goal line up to the 29 now, with 11:20 remaining. Steelers look like they might be bringing pressure, and they do. Steelers bringing the house. Burrow throw out here is incomplete for Cam Sutton. There's a flag down, however. The flag threw early in the play. Let's see what the call is here. The flag threw almost immediately, but they didn't blow the play dead. And it is going to be an illegal formation. An illegal formation call that is going to be on rookie tackle Amarius Mims out of Georgia. He was not lined up properly. Steelers brought the pressure and it worked there. 3rd and 8 now. Steelers lining up 6. Looks like they might be bringing 6 here. Let's see if any of them drop out. No, they all come. And Burrow, he's going to toss. It's going to be fumbled. Picked up by Payne Wilson. He's going to run it back for a touchdown. Unreal. The Steelers defense. Are you kidding me? It's the rookie out of NC State, Peyton Wilson. The Steelers brought the pressure 2 times on Joe Burrow. Nick Herbig out of Wisconsin. He gets the fumble. And it was picked up by Wilson, 51. Knocks it free, 41. Runs it back. The Steelers put up 40. Unbelievable. That is also the 3rd game in a row Nick Herbig causes a fumble. Boswell, his extra point is up. It is good. The Steelers defense. An unbelievable showing in the second half. With 11:06 remaining, the Steelers, they got Mike Tomlin fired up. They have Steelers Nation fired up. This is an unbelievable showing. They bring the pressure on Joe Burrow. They've been waiting to do that all day. And when they need it most, they get another strip sack. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. Kickoff is away. It'll be touched back. The Steelers with an outstanding second half showing so far. The offense doing its part, and the defense coming through in the last two drives. An interception by Dante Jackson, and then a strip sack picked up and ran back for a touchdown by the duo of Nick Herbig and Peyton Wilson. Now the Bengals with the score 41-24 and 11 minutes on the clock. Burrow passing, caught by T. Higgins. He is going to be met immediately and taken down by Patrick Queen. Little help from Minkah Fitzpatrick there at the end. 2nd and 2 now. All passing situation from here on out for the Bengals. And the Steelers, 2 plays on that last drive, they brought the house against Joe Burrow. In the last one, they rushed 6, and they got the strip sack and the fumble recovery for a touchdown. They bring 4 here. Burrow passing. Burrow dancing around now, gets rid of it to Chase Brown, and falling is Patrick Queen, and Chase Brown's got space up past here Steelers territory, and DeMonte Casey making Brown oddly did not decide to go out of bounds there. He just sort of stopped and let Casey tackle him there. But Preston Smith off the right edge, and yeah, Joe Burrow, he had Chase Brown standing right there next to him. Joe Burrow just gave it to him and said go, and Patrick Queen was there, but he fell down, and that opened up Chase Brown to get going upfield. Burrow today, 22 for 28 for 227 yards, a touchdown and an interception apiece. Burrow back to pass at the 50-yard line. He's going to chuck one up here for Andre Iosivas. Nobody around him, and he's out of bounds. Another first down pass. Both were with Jamar Chase there, the dangerous of the two between Chase and Iosivas, and number 80 for the Bengals makes the reception. Total yards of offense here today, 451 for the Steelers, 308 for the Bengals. Burrow passing again, throws this one is high, and it's going to be out of bounds, incomplete for T. Higgins. 2nd and 10 now. Not too crazy to say that if the Steelers can get the ball back here, that they maybe get 500 yards of offense for today. That will be very interesting to see when the last time that has happened would have been. Burrow with Chase Brown in front of him lined up between the left guard and the center. Burrow now just going to chuck up one for Jamar Chase. That's incomplete. Dante Jackson in coverage. Incomplete and no flag there. 3rd and 10 now. Great job there by Dante Jackson. One-on-one, no safety help against Jamar Chase, and he wins that rep. 8:54 left in the ballgame. They show Joey Porter Jr. 3 pass interference calls against him today. That's been a problem for him for most of the year. He's lined up with T. Higgins at the bottom of the screen. Flag flies immediately. Burrow, he's just going to chuck one up, thinking he has a free play, and it's going to be incomplete, and another flag flies, so this is going to be trouble. A flag early and then a flag late on Joey Porter Jr. Let's see what the officials are going to get together once again. I wonder if this might be one on each team, or if this will be both on the Steelers, in which case they'll probably accept the Joey Porter penalty and put the Bengals on the doorstep of scoring. So as expected, a very bad case scenario there for the Steelers. There were 3 fouls. TJ Watt jumped off sides. And then there was a pass interference on Joey Porter Jr. And then another holding penalty on Joey Porter Jr. in the end zone. So the Bengals obviously accept the one in the end zone, and now they're on the 1-yard line here, looking to score. Burrow rolling to the left, looking to pass. Burrow now floats one here, and it's going to be incomplete. A floater, another decent pass for Burrow. A floater up over the defender, Cam Sutton, and T. Higgins trying to one-hand grab it. That's all he could do. Couldn't hang on to it. He juggled it inbounds, juggled it out of bounds, and then finally got full possession of it, but he was well out of bounds by that time. So the Bengals on 1st and goal there. An incomplete pass for T. Higgins. Chase Brown to Burrows right here. He might get the ball here, honestly. He's been great. But Burrow's passing, and Burrow's just going to get rid of it, and this time it is caught by T. Higgins. Burrow, cool, calm, and collected with a defender coming around the left side on him. And now it is 41-30 with the time being. For the time being. Great body control there by T. Higgins. Cam Sutton was the defender on him. And using his hand strength there to hold on to the ball, and he got both feet down multiple times. Evan McPherson on for the extra point. Snap down, hold is good, kick is good. And just like that, the Bengals make it a 10-point game again. And this one is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. It might be 41-31 with 8:39 left, but there is a lot of football left to be played here. And that touchdown drive for the Bengals, they're hoping that is a shift in momentum here. Officials now talking with Mike Tomlin, possibly about maybe the penalty calls on that previous drive. Well, I have a moment here. 11 of you in here right now. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Started the day with 203 subscribers, gained 3 more up to 206. Also, feel free to like and share this stream, and feel free to comment in the live chat here where we can have a little bit of a dialogue. Now they pan the camera there to Russell Wilson, who getting ready to take the field once again. He daps up Pat Freiermuth. Those two of the main catalysts on this Steelers offensive explosion here today. Once again, Wilson. Kickoff here is going to be fielded by Jaylen Warren, and Warren trying to jump a man, and he's going to get tripped up and down at about the 15. So a good kickoff there by the Bengals. McPherson made Warren field it at the goal line, and Warren only got out to about the 15. Russell Wilson on the day, 26 for 34, 362 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pat Freiermuth, 6 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown score. Russell Wilson having his best game as a Steeler here today. Steelers 49 yards away from 500 in the game. Najee Harris looking to add to that total right here, and he will. Breaking some tackles and backing his way forward for a gain of about 6 or 7 yards there. They officially give him 7, 2nd and 3 now. Steelers just looking to run out the clock here. Play things conservative for the most part, but of course putting up a touchdown here would all but end the game. Najee Harris, interestingly enough here, I noticed this earlier in the game. Najee Harris has a orange towel or rag hanging out of the back of his pants. Wilson takes the snap from under center. Now a dump off pass to Najee Harris. Harris is going to get first down yardage. Broke one tackle and ran into another, and he got the first down yardage. Flag is down, though. Let's see what the flag is. But real quick, finishing my thought on the Najee Harris orange flag thing. I believe that is actually a part of either a Bengal player's jersey or shirt that ripped off and fell onto the ground earlier. I saw Najee Harris pick it up, and I wonder what he did with it. That might be it right there. Let's see what the flag is about here. And that is going to be a face mask. That's what the penalty is. Akeem Davis Gaither is going to get nabbed for another penalty here today. That'll be a face mask on him. So the Bengals linebacker who's starting over their top linebacker, who's starting for their injured top linebacker, Logan Wilson, here today. He is having a forgettable afternoon. Of course, just mentioned there, C on his jersey, captain of the special teams. So probably going to be thankful after this game if he goes back to just playing special teams for the most part after his performance here today. 41 points by the Steelers today, the most since 2018. Clock still ticking down, 7:20 remaining. 2 seconds, 1 second. Wilson just barely getting the play off in time. Now he's just going to fling it out of bounds. Trey Hendrickson from the right side of the formation came in untouched. And now a flag is down late. Let's see what this is. It's obviously going to be on the Steelers here. Offensive coordinator Arthur Smith shaking his head there. So most likely going to be on his offense. And it is another ineligible man downfield penalty call, and it's for the second time that same penalty on Zach Frazier, the rookie center. It looked like it was a designed screen pass to Najee Harris all the way, but Frazier a little too overzealous there, getting up the field too quickly before Harris had the ball. So Steelers offense now it is 2nd and 10. Wilson stuttering for a minute, then handing it off to Najee Harris. And Harris is going to get met in the backfield, but falls forward for about a yard. Jermaine Pratt in on the tackle. It's 3rd and 9 now. $6:50 remaining and still counting down. Is that clock here? Steelers looking to take off as much time as possible here. Wilson making his adjustments, still has time left on the play clock. 10 seconds now left on the play clock. We're going to take this all the way down before snapping it. Wilson takes the snap, looks to pass, throws here, and it is caught! And that is Van Jefferson deep in the Bengals territory and down at the 15! What a job! The Steelers, a huge play! Van Jefferson beat his man one-on-one, and it's a 1st down. It was the rookie Newton, and a beautiful move there, a subtle little move outside to the inside there in that route by Van Jefferson. And he is fired up. A huge play for the Steelers. They are deep into Bengals territory and into the red zone. Russell Wilson is now over 400 yards on the day passing. Toss here to Najee Harris, running to the left. It's like, I don't know, the 5th or 6th time here today that Najee Harris has had that play. And that is for no gain there. So a heck of a play there for Van Jefferson. Sorry here, ladies and gentlemen. We're back now. We should be here. Let me check. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, my camera cut out there for a second. That is on me. So we're going to take a break here. Actually, Von Bell, the safety for the Bengals, is down. With that, we're going to take a break. Steelers knocking on the doorstep of possibly putting up another touchdown here. They're in the red zone. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Steelers knocking on the doorstep here. They're in the red zone at the 15-yard line, 14-yard line, actually. Taking the handoff to Jalen Warren. Wilson rolling out to the right. Now tosses it. It's going to be caught by Jalen Warren, and then he is knocked out of bounds there on the play. Russell Wilson adding to his passing yards total there. Bengals fans already starting to file out of the stadium. Russell Wilson over 400 yards passing on the day. The Steelers over 500 yards of total offense. An absolute offensive explosion after the past 2-3 weeks of just tough sledding for this offense. They explode here today. Wilson looking to pass. He's going to lob this one up and out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Flags do fly, though, in the end zone. So it looks like the Steelers are going to possibly get a pass interference or holding call here, and they're going to be on the goal line. It's going to be first and goal from the 1. Let's see who they call the penalty on. Looks like it's going to be on Cam Taylor-Britt. And it is Cam Taylor-Britt. So after the pick 6, in which he got away with a pass interference penalty on the Steelers' first offensive drive of the game, he has a couple of penalties here today. And he gets nabbed for a huge one there. The Steelers move their operation up from about the 8 or 9 yard line to the 1 now. First and goal. Never mind. It's just a 5-yard penalty, so never mind. Now it's at the 4. Handoff here is to Najee Harris. Harris is going to meet resistance, and now they're going to push it to rugby scrum. They're pushing for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. The whistle. Now they're blowing it. Oh, no. They blew the whistle dead on forward progress. Najee Harris, he ran right into the pile of all sorts of bodies, and he was stopped there for about a second or two, and then the Steelers offense got the upper hand and just pushed him forward and got him into the end zone, but they blew it dead. Stop of forward progress. That would have been an absolute perfect encapsulation on the day. There's your game summary, ladies and gentlemen. Russell Wilson, 29 for 38, over 400 yards passing, out-dueling Joe Burrow here today. Handoff here to Jalen Warren, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll make it there if they need it. They actually had Justin Fields in on that play. Interesting there. So that was the first time today they had Justin Fields in the game, which, you know, coming into this game, you wonder how you were going to get the offense going. And you know, they were talking about fixing the red zone problems earlier this week. Mike Tomlin in his press conference, he said he was excited about the problems that Justin Fields gives defenses. That is the first time today here with 4:43 to go in garbage time against the Bengals that he saw the field, and it was just a handoff to Jaylen Warren. Empty backfield for Wilson here. This is 3rd and goal from about the 4.5. Wilson back to pass. Looking, stepping up now, and he's going to get sacked by the Bengals defense. Trying to step up there. He'll lose probably about 3 or 4 yards on that sack. So now they're going to bring out Chris Boswell to put the Steelers up by 13, it looks like. 4th and goal, but they're leaving the Steelers offense out there here. 4th and goal. Boswell is jogging on the sideline. He looks ready. This might be a situation here where they try to get the Bengals to jump off sides. Maybe. Play clock is at 3, 2, 1. Time runs out. And oddly enough there, the Steelers, who probably were marked at about the 8, they take a delay of game penalty there, and it'll back them up. Not too bad here, but Chris Boswell comes on here. They didn't burn a timeout there. I thought they would have just, called a timeout there to make it a chip shot for, more of a chip shot for Boz, even more than what it is. 2 for 3 on field goals today. Had one blocked earlier. This is a 30-yard attempt. So the second shortest of the day for him. Waitman kneels at the 20-yard line on the right hash. Snap, down, kick is up. It is good. So the Steelers go up 44-31. A great offensive showing here today, even though their drive stalls in the red zone there. And there's their game summary. Really, the only blemish of the day for the Steelers offense, that pick 6 that should have been a pass interference call on Cam Taylor-Britt. I don't blame Russell Wilson or George Pickens, either of them, for that interception. Pickens might have been off balance a little bit, but that has to be called. And then since then, the Steelers offense has been humming, and 3 big plays from this Steelers defense here today. 2 strip sacks, an interception, one of those strip sacks going back the other way for a scoop and score. And with 3:53 left, the Steelers look like they're on their way to heading out of Cincy with a win. 509 total yards, the most by Pittsburgh since November 25th of 2018. So just a little past 6 years since they last had a performance like this. Jermaine Burton fields the kickoff. He runs it out past the 30 and out of bounds up near the 35. Burton been a pretty good return man for the Bengals here today. Coming up next on CBS, Eagles versus Ravens. Of course, I am sure lots of Steelers Nation will leave their TV on CBS. Hopefully they can watch, as much as it pains me to say, go Birds. Hopefully the Eagles can give the Steelers some more breathing room in this lead of the AFC North. Burrow here on 1st and 10 from the 36. Pass here to Jamar Chase is caught. He's going to be tackled down for a gain of about 6 or 7. They officially give him a gain of about 7. Hurry up offense here the rest of the way for the Bengals. They are out of timeouts. Burrow back to pass. Toss here is to Mike Gesicki. He's going to try to get out of bounds, and he does, just beyond getting the first down yardage. So with 3:23 left to go, down by 2 scores, the Bengals, no timeouts. They got to score touchdown quickly here. And then onside kick it. Unless they score before the 2-minute warning, then they might kick it away and hope for their defense to get a stop. 1st and 10, Burrow faking the handoff. Now rolling, stepping up in the pocket. Jump throw here. It's caught by Jamar Chase. He's got T. Higgins blocking for him. Jamar Chase up past the 20, the 10, and he is going to be tackled down at about the 2. They're going to mark it. So a big play there for the Bengals. And an ill time for the Steelers to give up a big play here, and that cannot happen at all. You had Jamar Chase and T. Higgins with space. Now from the 3, Burrow looking to pass, throws it in. It's going to be incomplete. Joey Porter Jr. almost intercepted it. He was on Jamar Chase. Chase had his arms stretched out like we're looking for a penalty there, but he doesn't get one. And Joey Porter Jr., ball goes through his hands. That was a hard pass to catch there. Joey Porter Jr. lined up once again with Jamar Chase at the bottom of the screen. Burrow looking to pass, throwing towards the middle of the end zone, and it is caught for the moment by Andre Iosivas. There's a flag down, however. Let's see what the flag is. Nobody's celebrating yet. And it is an illegal use of hands to the face by none other than Joey Porter Jr. And it was his man, too, that caught that touchdown. Not sure if there was an illegal use of the hands to the face there. I sure didn't see it, unless it was at the very beginning of that play. And it was actually, might have been on Cam Sutton. Or no, Cam Sutton was the one in coverage on that play. It was Porter was down there covering Chase, so my fault on that, reading it. But hey, we're far from over now. 44-37. Now make it 38 for the Bengals. So this shootout just keeps going. Real quick, Ray Conover, what's the time of the game? If you're talking about the Bengals and Ravens game, that should be coming on as soon as this Steelers game wraps up on CBS at 4:25. That's when that game starts. Let me update my score here. It's now make it 38. 44-38. So a real offensive dominated game for both squads. Danny Smith, now the Steelers offensive coordinator, readying his men for the following onside kick. 2:39 remaining in the game. Steelers had one special team gaffe earlier in the game, having a kick be blocked. This is all hands team now. You see guys like Minkah Fitzpatrick, George Pickens, Van Jefferson. They will be on the field for this onside kick. And they do here. Cordero Patterson also out there. Najee Harris. Ben Skoranek. All wide receivers and DBs for the most part. They got a tight end, Darnell Washington. He's a big man there near the middle of the field. And now the Bengals get ready to onside kick it. Onside kick must go at least 10 yards here. That's where all the Steelers are lined up at. And now a timeout will be taken by the Steelers. It's their second of the half. With 2:39 left in the ball game. Danny Smith. The biggest gum chewer in the world, alongside former Pirates general manager Clint Hurdle. You know how they have hot dog eating contests? I want to see a gum chewing contest between Clint Hurdle and Danny Smith. If somehow somebody in the world could set up that to see who can fit as many pieces of gum in their mouth, that would be awesome. Here's the onside kick. It will go 10 yards, and it will be fell on by the meatball Connor Hayward. So the Steelers get the onside kick, and picture perfect execution there by the Steelers. They had their blockers on that side get their blocks, and Connor Hayward, he's the one that gets it. And now the Steelers, with the 2-minute warning coming up, if you can get just one first down, maybe two, you walk out of Cincinnati with a huge bounce back victory after that horrendous game played in Cleveland last Thursday. This is a first down run here for Najee Harris to the left. He's only going to get a couple of yards. Second down now. Clock is ticking down here. 2:25. And Steelers will not be running a play here. There's 25 seconds on the play clock, 17 left in the game. They're just going to let this run down to the 2-minute warning on what has been a day where the offense has had its biggest explosion that we have not seen in 6 years. This has been absolutely amazing. 512 yards of total offense today for the Steelers. The defense, I mean, kind of give or take them going up against a tough Bengals offense. They made a couple of turnovers in the game, but I think they have done well enough here to earn this victory for the Steelers as well. We'll be back in a moment. 2-minute warning. Steelers looking to close this one out when we return. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes left to play, and the Steelers are one first down away from walking out as winners and will remain in first place in the AFC North. 7 yards away from victory. 44-38. Can the Steelers finish the game here? Pitch out to the right to Najee Harris. Harris is going to get wrapped up for about 3 or 4 yards. There's a flag down, however, and this looks like it's going to be on the Steelers. And it is a penalty on number 81. That is Michael Pruitt, the tight end. And that stops the clock, too. The Bengals have elected to decline the penalty. They're just trying to get off the field here and get their offense a chance here to tie this ball game. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 with 1:54 left. Justin Fields is in the game. Here we go. Justin Fields, his second snap of the game here on 3rd and 4. Dangerous runner. Fields faking the handoff. He's going to run. He's going to get the first down and slide down in bounds. And it worked. There was no way that Fields was doing anything else but run on that play. And the Bengals fell for it. They could not stop Fields. He gets the first down. He slides down in bounds, and the Steelers are going to win the game. Wow. Justin Fields with a little bit of swagger on that slide, too. And the Steelers are in victory formation and an exclamation mark. There are very much a lot of things to work on the defense, but when they needed time, when they needed to get a few turnovers, they did it. And the Steelers offense exploding like never before. And 2 victories in this one for the Steelers. They get the win to remain atop the AFC North. And with this win, they all but end the playoff hope of the Cincinnati Bengals. They will now fall to 4-8. It is going to take a miracle for the Bengals to make the playoffs. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, let me go here. We're going to pop up just like that. The final score, the Steelers 44 and the Bengals 38. Gonna go watch some Eagles versus Raven Battle of the Birds. Thank you all for joining me here today. The Steelers with a huge bounce back victory. And the Steelers are back in action next weekend in a rematch, looking to get revenge from their last loss against the Cleveland Browns back in Pittsburgh next weekend. With that, 3 hours, 35 minutes and counting here on stream. Today we have gained 3 new subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you who subscribed. Thank you all for watching. Please be sure, again, feel free to like and share this stream so that other people can come back and watch it. Feel free to leave a comment there too. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And come back tomorrow for some more of my video content. It is Monday daily edition. Do videos every weekday of the Steel City Sports Report, where we cover all the news of all the 3 Pittsburgh professional sports teams. With that, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to check out that content. Come back tomorrow to watch that video. And with that, thank you all for watching. Love each and every one of you. The Steelers win, and they remain atop the AFC North. The rest of you have a good rest of your night. We'll see you later. Peace.